Hey y'all, this is Noah, and this is my presentation about the importance of being an advocate for physical activity in individuals with intellectual disabilities. So the first aspect of why it's important to be an advocate for individuals with intellectual activities to get physical activity is just the pure physical health of those with intellectual disabilities. We all know that sedentary lifestyles lead to such undesirable health effects such as diabetes, obesity, heart attack, heart failure, heart disease, things that we don't want. Now, if we look at the numbers, we can actually see that individuals with intellectual disabilities are on average 2 times as likely to lead sedentary lifestyles as those without intellectual disabilities. If you look at this chart that I put on from the CDC, you can see that in North Carolina alone, of all the people in North Carolina with intellectual disabilities, 22.4% of them lead sedentary lifestyles. And you can compare that to the 9.7% of individuals without intellectual disabilities that lead sedentary lifestyles. So you can see that in among the populations of North Carolina, those with intellectual disabilities lead more sedentary lifestyles, which is an issue. When kind of been interviewed and questioned about why you're not getting physical activity, what kind of barriers are there, many of them cited personal and environmental barriers such as embarrassment. There's nowhere for them to go and feel accepted at. Environmental issues such as nowhere for them to go. There's no, you know, accessible gyms. There's no adapted physical activity programs for them. There's nothing and nowhere they can go to get the physical activity they need. A second aspect of the reasons to be an advocate for individuals with intellectual disabilities to get physical activity is the mental health aspect. There have been studies that have been done, past or present, which have shown that physical activity can help increase the mental health of those without intellectual disabilities. Let's take, for example, people with anxiety. It's been proven that things such as yoga, running, even weightlifting can help alleviate the symptoms of anxious feelings. Now, we can take that and compare it to people with intellectual disabilities who might feel social anxiety about meeting people. Well, maybe working out, maybe getting those endorphins flowing, the blood flowing, and getting those good old brain chemicals in can help people feel more relaxed and calm in social situations. Another aspect of it comes to academic studies. They did a study in 2010 which showed that when they took students and put them through a physical activity regime and then put them back in the class, they noticed that students with intellectual disabilities could actually focus better and achieve better academic results as a result of doing the physical activity. A third reason to be an advocate for individuals with intellectual disabilities to get physical activity is for the emotional health of those with intellectual disabilities. If you look at studies being done, we can see that physical activity, such as sports, in this case, I believe it was soccer, helped increase communication skills around young kids' age, I think it was 10 to 15. Helped kind of increase his communication skills, ability to work with others, which in some individuals with intellectual disabilities is a great struggle with them. Another great reason to get involved with physical activity if you're an individual with intellectual disabilities, it's a great self-esteem booster and it really increases the quantity of friendships that you can make. If we look at programs such as Special Olympics, like these individuals are, achieving their goals. They are, training for these events and succeeding. They're getting, social support, and that's really important in just growing and maturing emotionally as a person. Just some final notes. You really should just in general be an advocate of individuals with intellectual disabilities getting physical activity. It's an important part of our lives. It's an important part of everybody's life to get that that rush of endorphins, to get that, sweat on, to get that, kind of cleansing effect that comes from working out. And I believe that everybody, regardless of who they are, their race, gender, mental status, mental capabilities, whatever, should have equal access to physical activity. Here are my references. Thanks for watching, y'all.